Welcome back, everyone, to the Rampage MX channel, and welcome to my over-the-board tournament coverage. I've just came back from my tournament, so I will be recapping the games, and yeah, let's get into it. So, first round, kind of taking it easy, but I get paired against a person named Anjana. She's around like 1920 USCF, and I don't know her FIDE, but I don't think I could find it in the time. Um, so I came into this game and I was like, okay. I mean, I couldn't find anything about her games or anything online. She's just very young, so I don't know. Her openings probably fluctuate. So I was like, okay. I'm not gonna do a whole amount of preparing. I did predict that she would be an E4 player. So I kind of looked at some lines with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, some Italian lines. I would try to kind of come with some surprises here. And yeah, she did play e4. So I played e5, knight f3, knight c6, and then she played the Spanish. So I normally would I kind of fluctuated between kind of openings in Spanish. Sometimes I play like this knight f6 thing and castles knight e4. So I was debating between doing that, but it was like round one, so I don't want to do something a little bit more drawish. Kind of want to go for the kill here. So I played a6. She played bishop a4, and I decided to get some inspiration from the Uzbekistan player Norbek Abdusattorov. And he recently just played this bishop c5 in the World Rapid and Blitz. I'm not sure which round, but I did see that he played this, so I got some inspiration. This a6 bishop c5 line, it's a nice line actually. I would recommend it for those of you trying to find a weapon against the Spanish. It's a really nice line where you allow white to take the center, but you kind of wrap your pieces around and you bring your knight to d7, and it's a very nice kind of fluid position because you kick away this bishop sometimes, and then you castle and you try to break for f5. This is kind of the golden thing here. So I was kind of keeping these things in mind. She did play c3, which is a main move. I played 97. Castle's bishop a7. Um, this is kind of like the opening stuff, d4, knight g6. Now, uh, kind of something I should tell you guys, as I was not feeling great coming into this tournament. I was kind of with like a bit of a, I think I had the flu. So I wasn't feeling great, but I only had this like coughing thing, so it wasn't too bad. But again, I wasn't feeling 100%, so I was just like, why don't we play something that's kind of on the more solid side? Nothing too crazy. But I did want some imbalance in the position because obviously she's lower rated, so I didn't want to try some imbalance. So all the main moves here. The main move is rook e1. They play bishop e3. What they also tend to do in this position is play bishop g5. They play bishop g5 because they want to induce f6 so that they go back, and then this line right here, this whole diagonal from b3 to g8 is weak, kind of for black. So this is kind of what they're trying to do. But she played bishop b3. Sorry, excuse me. She played bishop b3. So I was kind of confused. So then I castled really quickly, and then she played bishop g5. And this is known to kind of be inaccurate. Well, actually, I guess it's not known, but I sat there on the board and I was just kind of like, I know this isn't right, because what white kind of does here is they play this, and then they go like this, and then they bring the bishop back to c2, and they play d, and I have to slow play it with d6 kind of. When she played bishop b3, and I castled into bishop g5, I was like, well, now I don't have to condone to this f6, right? I can just slide my queen to e8, which is what I did. And I found that her position doesn't really make sense because I'm attacking d4. I'm actually threatening to, like, for example, if she plays like a random move h3, I'm just threatening to win this pawn. Win this pawn straight up, right? So this kind of like I'm actually threatening this. So I was kind of sitting there, and she was like, "Well, she's probably gonna play rook e1." But my plan is very simple. I'm gonna develop my I guess try to develop my bishop, I'm gonna play king h8. I'm gonna play f5 because it's kind of what I want to do in the position. So I was already feeling good going into this opening. And she played rook e1, and then I played d6. So she kind of saw that I might have played bishop g4. Like again, she has to stop bishop g4. For example, if she plays a3 and I play bishop g4, like you guys like keep in mind this is very dangerous because if she plays d5 and she's like, well, you can't have my pawn. This is exactly kind of what I want, right? I want her to push in the center so that I can wrap back around. And it's not even about this knight anymore. I can just slide back to d7 and I'm preparing f5. If I get the f5 break, I'm gonna like kind of destabilize these pawns and then I'm gonna kick away the bishop. And once I play f5, I'm gonna hit this pawn, open up my f-file, and life is gonna be good, right? That's kind of the main point for black. So I was kind of struggling to find what she's trying to do. So she played h3, which is a good move. She wants me to stop playing bishop g4, and I continue with my plan, king h8. I kind of like this opening. This opening is very easy because you kind of get like very immediate, like you get very immediate plans, right? Like I was preparing this bishop a7, knight e7, knight g6, queen e8, king h8, f5. Like these are all like intuitive moves. So when she played all these super fast, I was just like, okay, well, I'll match her speed, right? So she played bishop b3, and here's where I went into my first think, and I was very upset because I thought for way too long. And what I was really considering is this move f5. And I was like doing all these different calculations. First, I was like, okay, well, if she takes and I take, and then she takes on e5, I calculated a sequence here where if I take, she takes, I take back on e5, I take, I cannot take back with the knight because then she hits me with f4. So I was really annoyed because if she doesn't have f4 here, keep in mind, if she doesn't have f4 and she plays knight d2, this is a huge win for me because I get queen g6 and my whole position is opened up. So I have very strong initiative here. So I was kind of bummed out because I was like, oh, she has f4 and now she hits this. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't have knight f3 because she just takes. So that's not really a thing. So, okay, we go back to this position, and I was like, do I take with the pawn? Is this what I want to do? Do I want this kind of isolated pawn in the middle? And I was kind of debating this. I was like, okay, well, if I hop in my knight here, she gets her knight here, and I don't have enough time to go and try to win this pawn, because if I try to go here, I thought she very quickly plays knight h4, and I don't have a ton of play. Like for example, if I play queen f6, she takes, I take. She goes like bishop c2, and then she goes queen f3. Like I don't actually I guess not queen f3 here. Like if she goes like queen g4, I don't have that much play, right? Like I wasn't sure about this position. So okay, I was like okay, well this is definitely a possibility. It might be good. So then I was thinking back again. So I was like okay, well I could take with the rook. But I really, like, I discarded this almost immediately because I was just like, well, I'm just helping her to reroute her pieces to better squares. Like, the bishop on b3, I mean, it might look nice guarding all these squares, but it's actually doing nothing. It's literally doing nothing right now. So I was just like, okay, well, you know. Because if she plays bishop c2, I kind of just discarded this line because I was like, it's the same thing. But she could like take on g6, take on e5, and I wasn't too sure about that position. So I kind of discarded e5, and I was like, wait, what if she takes first? So now I started calculating this, and this is all calculation. Like this comes from this position. Like I have to calculate f5 takes, like potentially taking and then taking, but then that's no good. That line I just showed you guys all the way up till here with rook f3, 93, 95, 95, 95, f4, and I don't have anything, right? So I gotta calculate from this move, so that when I play f5, I have to be prepared, right? Because she's probably gonna blitz something out. If you took on e5, I'm actually considering like doing this and I thought this was actually a big improvement for me because I get to throw in this f4, this Zwischenzug. So I get to throw in this before taking back this pawn. So that now, after this, I was actually thinking of taking like this or like taking like this. And like, make no mistake, this is a huge improvement. If I get this position, I'm completely winning. Because the problem is she can't take because her king is gonna get exposed so quickly, which is another kind of pro, right, of queen e8. So I was definitely feeling my chances here. Um, so I was like, okay, well if d5 I've bishop b3, but then I was like, well if d5 bishop b3, what if she has ef5? And I was actually calculating this because I was like, now she's attacking my bishop, and then if I move my bishop, the knight's undefended, and if I move my knight, the bishop's undefended, and then I have to take. So then I was considering if I take back like this, is this an improvement? This is kind of transposing a little bit. So I was like, okay, maybe I want this, maybe I want this, but then if I take on e5, then she takes on e3, and now after takes, I could take like this, or she's gonna take back with the queen. If she takes back with the queen, this is not really what I want, right? My queen's under fire. I'm down a pawn. So all of this calculation was in my head. So I was just like, I gotta go for it because this is the only thing I've been calculating. If I just don't play f5, then I don't know what I've been calculating for the last like 20 minutes. So I was very mad at myself, but I just played f5. So I was just like, all right, you know, you either lose or you don't lose, right? So obviously she was a little bit. I think she was a little bit shocked that I played f5 because she just played rook e1, right? She was like, it's very weird. Because you play rook e1, and you're like the point. That's why he's never going to play e5, and then after 20 minutes he plays f5, and then you're just like what? But she took very quickly. And I took back with the bishop, and here she played a move that I never even considered in my life, and it's a tempting move actually. She played knight g5, and I was just like, what on earth is that move? I was like, did she not like calculate at all? Cause she played knight g5 in like 5 minutes, and I was like, what? So obviously I can't take on d4. It's kind of out of question because I just help her to this file, and then again I grant her access to this square, which I don't want her to get, of course. So this is obviously out of the question. But I was like struggling to find moves actually, because I was like, well, this is still like kind of a problem. And if I go queen d8, try to hit this and set up this, she has queen h5, and if h6, I was actually thinking she had like this bishop e6 like kind of distraction. If I take, then he takes. What I forgot here is that I have bishop f5, but then she has knight f7. So now this is completely lost. So I was just like, well, she just has this. Um, I also forgot that the g5 thing is hanging, but I think she also has queen e6. So I think I was kind of right in my calculation where like if I play queen d8, she just gets queen h5, and this is like a free roll for her. She can try to deflect my bishop if I play h6, because now my light squares are weak. This is kind of one con of playing f5 is that the squares you leave behind, like just like every pawn push, the squares you leave behind are kind of vulnerable. So I was standing on d8, but then I was like, what do I do? Because I could play e4 try to shut it down, but she's still gonna play queen h5. I was like, is this the endgame I want? Like, do I want this? I don't think so because I allow knight f7. So this is not what I want. So I was thinking, and I came up with this move knight e7. So she played knight g5. I play knight e7. I hit the clock. I move away from the board, and I thought I just blundered. I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You show up to this tournament, you drive 5 hours, what are you doing? Why am I even playing this? I played 97 and I thought I blundered because I thought she had g4. And you're asking, what? She's never gonna play this. And the problem was I was struggling to find because I was planning to autopilot bishop g6, but then I realized she had knight e6. I realized she had this outpost, and this is actually a fork. No matter if I move my f8 rook, this is just a fork. and I'm losing materials. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So as g4, I was like, okay, well, I had to play bishop d7, but then she plays bishop c2. And now my h7 pawn's under attack. If I play h6, well, this just doesn't look good. I mean, even knight e7 here, I'm forced to h8. She plays queen d3. I mean, this is not the position I want. It's not what I signed up for. So I was just like, oh my, what am I doing? I'm just allowing g4, and what I just missed is that after bishop c2, I just have knight g6. And I think what I missed here is that I thought if I played knight g6, she had knight h7, because if king h7, she had queen h5, but she doesn't because she played g4. Um, so yeah, just complete miscalculation from me, and I just thought I was losing because if she has queen h5 here and bishop g6, it's over. So I just thought I miscalculated. I was oh my god, and then she played d5. I was like, oh. Cause again, I thought I blundered g4, so I was just like, I hope she doesn't play g4. So, and she played d5, which honestly is like the complete opposite of g4. I was so happy to see d5. And here I thought for like way too long. I mean, I should have autopiloted my next move, but then I started having second thoughts. Like I was just like, well, she played d5, so I could take first. But then I was like, I don't. Do I want to do this? Do I really want to help her to developing her pieces? I don't think I want to do this. So I was like, okay. I mean, I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking between this square, knight d8, or I'm thinking between this square, knight a5. So I'm calculating, right? And I was just like, wait, before I play knight d8, what if I play knight a5? Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I really like c4. c4 is not unguarded. In these positions, it's very dangerous because I can actually go back and win the d5 pawn. And in hindsight, I probably should have played knight a5. And I did like knight a5. Um, I mean, she couldn't play bishop a4 because I take, right? Like, and then, but for some reason, I can't take on a4, right? She just takes my queen. Like, somewhere in this, my mind just completely escaped this. And bishop a4, I get queen g6, right? So this is kind of what I love. And I mean, black is completely better in this position. Because knight f3, I have bishop h3, and I attack this. And if he tries to go for some counter shot, then I play queen f6. I rotate my queen, and I hit. I just hit h4. So she can't do this she can't do this either. So honestly, if I had a second chance, I would play knight a5 in a second. And yeah, the engine agrees. I mean, it likes knight a5. Gives it a minus 0.6, and I was just like, yeah. I mean, I could play that, but I was just like, I'm thinking way too much. I spent like so much time. I think I spent like 10 minutes on knight d8 or 20 minutes. I don't remember. I don't think it was 20 minutes, but it was definitely more time than I should have. And I played knight d8 because I was just like, okay, stop calculating. But again, this is still the position I want, right? So she takes, I take. And what I like this actually, my rook might be misplaced, but I don't let her develop with tempo, right? I want her to trade on my terms. If I trade on her terms, the engine actually really likes this. And then if I play knight d8, I was like, well, maybe in the future she might rotate her rook there, and she gets enough pieces for the attack. Maybe she has something, but she doesn't have anything. Um, because I'm very well kept here. Because again, if we back up, I was like, I told you guys, like, if she ever plays d5, even this position, I was gonna be very happy, right? Because I get d6, I get f5, and this is the golden bishop. Um, so you know, so she played d5, and I took. She took. I took. She played bishop c2, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And again, I had a mini thought here. I was like, wait, what if I play queen b5? Because I have a threat. I attack b2 and I attack d5 simultaneously. And when she first played bishop c2, I thought she blundered. I thought I just had queen b5. But then I realized she can just go back to b3. And everything's guarded, and I just look like a idiot for moving my queen away from where it should have been, right? And she can just use my queen as fuel. So, rather c4 knight c3 fuel, to develop her pieces. I was just like, yeah, this is not smart. So quick miscalculation there. But I go queen g6. She takes, and again, like here, I was just like, okay, knight or queen. Rook was not in my consideration. Knight or queen. So I thought if I play knight takes f5, she plays knight f3, and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, for a second I was calculating e4, and I thought there might be some tricks like on this diagonal, but I realized if I play knight g3, she has rook g4, which is a really nice switch into second time I'm saying this in this video. But she has a really nice intermediate kind of punch here. So I wasn't really considering that too much. So I knew e4 didn't really work. So I was trying to find something. I was like, okay, maybe I'll play knight f3. But then I was just like, well, he's gonna get the same setup, and then he's gonna get queen d3. He's gonna get rook e4. He's gonna block it. He's bringing his other rook, and I'm like, my rook on i7 is misplaced. I don't know if this is what I want, where I want my pieces. Like, is this the ideal placement? Queen on g6, knight on f5, or should my knight belong on g6, my queen belong on f5? Should it be like switched? Like, I don't know, right? I wasn't sure where my pieces should go in this position. So I ended up taking with the queen because I was like, well, I have a dual threat right now. And I thought she would play queen f3 here, and I was just like, oh, I have to trade queens, because I was just like, okay, well, if she takes, then if I take and she takes, well, but then I realized that I have d5. D5 just hanging, right? So she couldn't do this. So she played knight e4 very quickly. I played knight f7, and then she played c4, which I I think I kind of missed, but I wasn't super sure. And here I was considering actually knight g5, like a flashy trick like this. It doesn't work. Like, she can just take, actually. And queen f2 doesn't actually work, because I'm not actually threatening anything. Like, if queen b2, knight d2, this is safely guarded. I'm not really, don't really have anything. I might have some rook f2, but I think she goes through with knight e4. And my pieces aren't where they should be. And I'm down a knight, so that's not great. So after c4, I play knight g6. Knight c3, knight f4, because I was just like, okay, well, I have to attack on the king side. And after I played knight f4, I started coughing like so much. Oh my god, like the playing hall like was super silent. So I was just coughing. So I was just like, okay. I told myself that right now the time situation shows up a bunch of time because I spent way too much time on I think the knight d8 decision and I think a decision earlier. Oh yeah, f5 took way too long. So I'm down like 20-30 minutes, and I'm down to like the last 20 minutes, so I'm like already in time trouble. So I told myself like if I'm not better in this position, I am just gonna take a draw, cause she was offering draws, so but I was like okay, I wasn't sure. So I came back and she played queen g4, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's very annoying because she found queen g4, and I actually right when I played knight g6, I saw queen g4. I was like, oh, she's gonna play this, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, at least in this position, I can kind of get some knight d3 action. But I think she just played rook e3 and kind of shut me down. So she played knight c3, knight f4, and then she played queen g4, and I was like, oh, she found this idea, which is kudos to her. She found it. She had a nice resourceful idea on queen g4. So I was like, okay, well, I want to trade on my terms, right? So I played knight h6. Um, but I missed her counter, which was taking, and then rook d1. And here I was like, okay, I don't like my position. And you guys might be like, well, why don't you like my position? You got the horses in the bag. Get it? Because it's a song. Um, so okay, so I got all my horses here, and maybe I'll reroute my rook, but not. I wasn't so happy honestly, because I thought rook d2, b4, c5, like this queenside attack is not what I want. Um, and I played rook a8, and then she hit me with a move that I didn't think was possible. She played g3, and she played g3, and I was just like, what? And the thing is, I cannot take on h3. And I actually, what I just said, I played rook a8, and then she was reaching for the g pawn, and I saw g3, and then she played g3, and I was like, oh, because I can't take on h3, because king g2, and my knight is trapped. It can't go to f4, and it can't go to g5 because of this knight. And it's like, this is the one asset I have in my position, and once I get shoot away, she just goes c5, she goes b4, she goes a4, she goes rook c1, and then she just belligerently attacks me, and what I thought was that after c5, I was just worse. And the engine agrees, like, it thinks the best way to go is, like, just doing this, and then this is just, I mean, I wasn't going to play this position. I was just like, okay, well, after c5, am I even better? Yeah, the engine says it's not better, it's plus 0.7. So, yeah, I definitely messed up somewhere around here. Maybe I should have taken the queen. I wasn't going to take the queen here because, you know, I didn't think this was going to help my position if she got this kind of bind. If she got the knight on e4, f3, g4, like I wasn't happy with this position. Like I have play on the dark squares, but I wasn't too sure. So she played g3 and she offered me a draw. And what I told myself was I'm gonna take the draw because I'm coughing and my position is not very. It's winnable. I mean, it's probably winnable, but not with my time scenario. And you know, maybe if I was feeling better, if I was feeling in better condition, yeah. If I had more time on the clock, if I didn't spend like 20 minutes on f5, yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken the draw. But you know, that's how things go. And she asked me, "You want to draw?" And I was like, "All right." So I took the draw, and I start off with the 0.5 out of 1, 0.5 out of 1, in this Winter Classic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you haven't already, make sure to, well, like this video and then hit that subscribe button. We gotta up our sub count and leave a like and comment if you are seeing this. And happy holidays to those of you who have celebrated it. Merry Christmas. I'm a little bit late, but more rounds to come, and I'll be recapping round 2 tomorrow, and maybe a combination of round 3 and round 4 on Wednesday. So take care, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. 0.5 out of 1 in Winter Classic. See you next time. Bye.